The day America destroyed 700,000 perfectly good cars. Summer 2009. America was deep in economic crisis. Factories were slowing down. Dealerships were struggling. Consumers had stopped buying. Then the federal government launched a program that sounded almost too good to be true. Turn in your old vehicle. Get up to $4,500 toward a brand new fuel-efficient car. Help the environment. Stimulate the economy. Move America forward. On the surface, everyone won. But according to critics, mechanics, and millions of car enthusiasts, something very different happened. Because what followed was not just a rebate program. It was one of the largest government-approved vehicle destruction campaigns in American history. Nearly 700,000 running cars and trucks disappeared. Not sold. Not donated. Not preserved. Destroyed. Legally. Deliberately. And many believe the American used car market has never fully recovered. This is the forensic breakdown of what happened. What was lost. What replaced it. And why some people believe the consequences are still unfolding today. Number 1. The liquid glass execution. Most people remember the rebates. Very few remember what happened to the trade-ins. To qualify for the government payment, dealerships were required to make sure qualifying vehicles could never return to the road. The engines had to die. And the method was brutal. Mechanics drained the engine oil and replaced it with sodium silicate, better known as liquid glass. Then they started the engine and let it run. At first everything sounded normal. Then the temperature climbed. The sodium silicate began hardening inside the engine. Metal parts that were designed to glide smoothly suddenly started grinding against each other. The knocking began. Smoke appeared. The engine screamed for mercy. And then, silence. The pistons seized. The crankshaft stopped turning. The engine became a permanently frozen block of metal, never to run again. Videos from dealerships across America captured these final moments. Mechanics standing around vehicles, watching engines destroy themselves in real time. For many enthusiasts, it looked less like a procedure and more like an execution. Number 2. The death of the forever engines. Here is what many people forget. A huge number of these trade-ins were not junk. Some contained engines famous for surviving decades. Machines that had already proven themselves virtually impossible to kill. The legendary Jeep 4.0-liter inline 6. A cast-iron workhorse known for crossing 300,000 miles. Without breaking a sweat. Simple. Durable. Reparable. The kind of engine that could keep running long after newer vehicles had been scrapped. Then there was the GM 3800 V6, one of the most respected engines General Motors ever built. Owners trusted these engines, the way ranchers trusted a reliable horse. Turn the key, and they worked, year after year. Both engines shared one dangerous characteristic. They were easy to maintain, easy to repair, and capable of staying on the road for decades. No subscriptions, no software updates, no proprietary systems, just nuts, bolts, steel, and mechanical reliability. For people who loved old-school vehicles, watching thousands of these engines disappear felt like watching automotive history being erased. Number 3. The computer on wheels era. As the old vehicles vanished, something else was arriving. A new generation of cars. And they were built around a completely different philosophy. Software. Screens, electronic control systems, the tactile buttons and mechanical switches drivers had relied on for decades began disappearing. Touchscreens took over. Menus replaced knobs. Software replaced simplicity. A repair that once required basic tools increasingly required diagnostic computers, dealer software, specialized programming, and expensive replacement modules. To supporters, this was technological progress. To critics, it was the beginning of a future where owners controlled less and manufacturers controlled more. The backyard mechanic who once fixed nearly everything in his garage was slowly becoming a relic of the past. Number 4. the telematics revolution. The transformation did not stop at touchscreens. Modern vehicles became connected. Many new cars began leaving factories with built-in cellular communication systems. Connected services promised convenience, remote access, emergency assistance, vehicle tracking. But they also introduced something many drivers never thought much about: data collection, driving behavior, trip information, vehicle diagnostics, location history. For supporters, these systems improve safety and convenience. For critics, they raise uncomfortable questions about privacy and ownership. Because a vehicle that constantly communicates with external systems is fundamentally different from a vehicle that exists completely offline. The debate continues today. Where does convenience end and surveillance begin? Number 5. The 2026 technology debate. This is where the conversation becomes even more controversial. Supporters say advanced driver monitoring technology could save lives by reducing impaired driving. Critics argue it represents another step toward increased automation and control. Future vehicle safety systems may include cameras, sensors, and software designed to monitor driver behavior. Supporters see protection. Critics see potential overreach. And regardless of where someone stands, one thing is clear: the automobile is evolving rapidly, far beyond the purely mechanical machines many drivers grew up with. The argument is no longer just about horsepower. It is about who ultimately controls the vehicle, the driver or the software. Number 6. The rise of the ghost fleet. Which brings us to today. Across America, a growing number of enthusiasts are hunting for older vehicles. Pre-touchscreen trucks, pre-connected SUVs, machines built before software became the center of the driving experience. A 1999 Ford F-250, an old Jeep Cherokee, a classic Toyota pickup. Vehicles that still operate on mechanical simplicity. Vehicles that can often be repaired with tools instead of software subscriptions. Owners call them reliable. Critics call them outdated. But demand continues to rise, because to many people, these vehicles represent something increasingly rare: control, ownership, independence. They are the survivors, the machines that escaped the crusher, the engines that avoided the liquid glass execution. And whether you see them as relics of the past or insurance against the future, their value continues to climb. The question is simple: did your vehicle survive the 2009 Cash for Clunkers program? And if it did, what is sitting in your driveway right now? Let us know in the comments. And remember, sometimes the most valuable machine is not the newest one. It is the one that still belongs entirely to you.